Hey everyone, Mekkah here. I have a bit of a problem. I think I'm being swayed. I think I've been won over, and it scares me. Okay, so last week I was streaming The Last Promise, and a lot of viewers were asking me like, hey, what house are you gonna pick? And I was pretty firm on Blue Lions, because I felt like I want to save DIMITRI from whatever the hell happens to him. I think his backstory is probably one of the more interesting ones. But then I saw a video by the voice actor that voices Claude in Three Houses, and before he made his announcement, he freaking jumped up in the air and made it upside down. And it made me laugh, and that actually made me reconsider. Now, it's not just the fact that a voice actor went upside down, but I went to thinking about the Golden Deer, and I was like, wait a second, wait, this guy is a freaking schemer. Like, apparently he's always hiding something beneath the surface. That is probably more interesting for a protagonist, because if Claude is meant to be a guy that you can't actually trust, but he's your main character besides Beleth, then that actually gives you a lot of potential, and I really want to see what it's being expanded upon. Now, this is speculation, of course, but it might just be the case that Claude is being given this under the surface kind of thing because he could also be written as an antagonist as well as a protagonist, and that schemer thing is just something he does if you don't choose his house, in the same way that Dimitri's evil side might only come out if you don't pick his route. And in the same way, maybe Edelgard's ideals might not be as antagonistic when you don't pick your house. But at the same time, I think it would be way more interesting to see a story written from the perspective of the Golden Deer than the Blue Lions. Because right now, like DIMITRI, knightly, chivalry, that kind of stuff, it's been done before in Fire Emblem, and it's been done before well. Like, for example, Finn, I've always thought of as like basically just your basic knight character, but we see him go through so much pain and suffering just to get Leaf to where he is at the end of Thracia, and everything before that is pretty interesting as well. Like, even based on FE4, a lot of people like Finn, so you can have a knightly character that's still interesting and likable. So I'm not saying that makes DIMITRI a bad character, but he might just be another Eliwood. That's what I'm saying. And I think I'd rather, like, we haven't really seen a whole lot of characters like Claude before. We've seen a lot of DIMITRIs, I think, at least from what I've seen. It's fine either way, because I can go back to DIMITRI later and play his route, and I can see Edelgard later. But I feel like the first one I want to see is Claude, and most of the internet is basically just memes or possibly serious talk about how they're attracted to Claude and that they're mad that they cannot marry him as a guy and that kind of stuff. And I can see where they're coming from. I actually want to talk about that a little bit too. I feel for people who want to do that, for who romance is a big deal in Fire Emblem. For me, it isn't. Like, I don't really care about marrying any character at all. I'll probably end up doing it just for the gameplay benefits, and maybe just to get people riled up or something. But other than that, no, not really interested in that kind of stuff. So that is not actually a reason why I'm going for Claude. But the heart that the voice actor is obviously putting into it, and the potential of his character arc, or maybe not even an arc, but like what the hell he's doing, that is interesting to me. But I'm not fully decided yet, so I'm going to ask you guys what you think. Now, I'm not saying I'm going with the majority here. I just want to know what house you think I should pick. And I'm also curious what houses you're going to pick, of course. I don't think I've ever asked that question, but it's obviously being posted everywhere. So yeah, consider this your opportunity to post some Golden Deer or Blue Lions propaganda. I'm not picking Edelgard. I'm sorry. I like Edelgard and everything. Like, I think her design is amazing. But Mags is going Edelgard, and I do want to see two different routes on our Let's Plays on our channels. So not picking Edelgard for now. Definitely gonna visit her route sometime though. But yeah, let me know what you think. And let me know what you think of the ideas that I had about both characters, DIMITRI and Claude. Peace.
A smile on each face, as joy surrounds, come through the bounds, and I can feel them breaking free. For just this moment lost in time, I am finally me. Yet still